Make some noise for Robbie! Look, he's not bluffing. He really came out here ready to read his letter, and he's been sitting there waiting minute after minute for it to come out here. So when it's ready, what I'm going to tell Rami is, don't interrupt anybody up here. Just come to me. I promise we'll get you up here. I hope it's tonight. And if it's not, we'll share it with you as soon as we know and as soon as he knows. He's more than happy to. It's remarkable that he came up here and was ready to do this. So I hope before our evening closes tonight, he'll come up and talk to us. I want to keep the ball rolling. I want to bring up our next performance today. Which I was very impressed and happy to be told that, when the Dearborn Open Mic started, it actually started here at this museum upstairs in the library. And the very first performance that's ever been done at the Dearborn Open Mic was held by who I'm about to present to you today, who will assume the stage. Please welcome Nisreen, Radwan, Faraj.
Hi everybody! I want to start with a Valentine's Day story too. Okay, so a lot of you don't know me. I think there's like 5 people in the room who know me. But I am currently engaged to my high school sweetheart. Sitting right here in the front row, doesn't love attention, but so when we were seniors in high school, I went to Dearborn, he went to Fortson, and they were doing flower sales at Dearborn, and I was in my second hour and I got a dozen roses, and he paid one of my friends to buy me the roses, and you already know, because this is Dearborn, when I came home I did not tell my mom who bought me the roses, and she kept asking and she knew I was lying, but I didn't want her to not like Hattie or know anything about him, so I was just like, I'm not telling you who bought me these roses. Yeah, but now here we are, years later, and we're engaged, and we get to work on Valentine's Day. We're both accountants, not a fun job, but we'll see. I'll catch you guys a few years from now, and we'll see what we're up to then. So I'm gonna share some new stuff with you guys today, and I guess you can call it a love poem of sorts, but it's not about Hattie. This is about my family, and I wrote it while I was in Lebanon this past summer. Oh, it's called World in Color. You tell me that the world isn't all black and white, like that's something that I don't already know. But then you focus so much on the gray area, and I don't mean to scare you, but I don't see the world as black and white and gray. I see it in endless colors, a whole array of pastel pinks and illuminating yellows, royal blues and greens of all sorts. My Khata Zainab prepares the morning shai for the family, gathered around a table that is covered in breakfast delicacies, food, msabbaha, labne, zit, but we all know that shai is the star of the show. And it can't be too dark, it can't be too light. Making shai is Khata's art, and it has to be just right before I take that first bite of my golden manouche, jibne mashruha. My Khata Faisal's house is built on a land of memories, of ATV rides with Ali and Hamoudi, to mattress sledding on the stairs with Hassan and Ala. Fatuma holds my hand and takes me around the back, and there we admire a glorious plant in full bloom. My belly must make some room. We pick some of my favorite fruit, dark, soft, inky tut. A deep black and purple, but it stains a bright red. Bloody fingers prevalent, but we are indeed well fed. Caught red-handed by a family who demanded that I share, but I enjoy it too much to care. Sarah smiles bright as she jokes outrageously, rosy pink cheeks, and she smiles contagiously. I laugh so hard I could turn blue, believe me, it's true. She uplifts the family whenever she speaks, so when she's gone, I always miss her pink rosy cheeks. And last but not least, I see miles of green. And the cedar trees that take me back to my homeland, where the streets shelter refugees and the citizens are in poverty. Economic crisis like we've not seen before, and government corruption unleveling a score that was never really fair to begin with, and still the people are resilient. But my favorite green can be found in the iris of Andira. Mama, I see I see farmlands in your eyes. Oh my God. Stop crying. Feeding and tending to all who are in your parameter. I see hills to infinity that we roll down and climb up together. I see flat lands, plain, even and leveled. You are my constant. Mama, your eyes are the rainforests that shelter us and nurture us and protect us. The green in your eyes and the love in your heart are the most powerful elements I've ever experienced. As time continues to pass, I hope my views continue to grow, adding new colors to my mental crayon box everywhere that I go, and sharing them with my loved ones who make my soul glow. Let some colors remain as they are, and let others shift anew, because sometimes perspectives change, and maybe I'll learn a thing or two. But for now, I'll enjoy the present and absorb all the beauty I see. Maybe your world is black and white, but it's filled with color for me. Yeah, right when I said Mama, I knew that was going to happen. This next one, I actually just wrote it this past week because, I don't know, I just was feeling it, you know? I was thinking about how much I love Lebanon, but how much I love Dearborn, and how much I love Hattie, and, you know, so I wrote this poem. It doesn't really have a name yet, or it's like an unofficial one, but we're going to just call it the written chapter. Among the young and the old, among stories read and secrets untold, waiting patiently for God's plan to unfold, I am the most lost, sure of herself, confidently confused warrior with a library book overdue, talkative and smiley, and sometimes misses the social cue, who was raised by immigrants that settled in a land where futures were not necessarily planned, but guaranteed that it would be better than that scrap storyline where we are not here. And sometimes I can't help but to think about that storyline and all the what-ifs. I grew up spending about every other summer in Lebanon, 8-month-old baby picture in my first passport, flying to our other home where we stayed at no resort, but Jidda's house in Aineta felt like a castle. Hallways lined with the thinnest mattresses for the army of cousins who were marching down the pavement toward the Dikkene to buy fireworks that we would later light off the roof of the house. What a privilege it is to be a part of this family. I think about Tata, the matriarch of the clan. I reminisce and envision her enchanting embrace, the way she puts her hands on my face and uses her favorite term of endearment, Ya Ruhe. How nice would it have been to grow up seeing Tata and the family all the time. Sometimes I wonder on this chapter unwritten where the Arabic would have been embedded into me. But here in Dearborn, my siblings and I learned Alif Bata at the same time we learned our ABCs. Mama put us in Arabic school, and she was unhappy on the infrequent weeks that the Imla did not say 20 out of 20 Jayid Jiddan. We aren't super strong in Fusha, but we are proficient in Lebanese Arabic, and we're fluent in Arabizi, sparing sentences at Mama like, Fi udhar ma'arif ati tomorrow if I finish my homework. But if I was living in that parallel universe of that unwritten chapter, I would have missed out on my happily ever after. Because Hattie was waiting for me here, and this is my meant to be. He's many things: president of the Nisreen fan club, tolerant to my car singing, professional hand holder, always responsible for snack bringing, the king of RBF, you just have to see, but my Hattie always has a smile for me. All of the people that I've met, especially those that I chose to keep close, shifted a part of my inner being to help morph me into this mister of social cues, talkative, smiley, admirer of colorful hues, and I am sometimes lost, but I am sure that I love who I am. Some parts of me are all and Baba, and other things Allah just wrote in the stars. He built me bridges with constellations and paved me interstellar paths, and He lit the way for me to be here, in the present, and there's nowhere else that I would rather be. Thank you.